welcome to the Exotics Podcast, where we interview guests to provide our community value. Today we have a special guest. This man comes from a small town in Georgia. I'm talking small. I'm talking 2,700 people. He has been able to accomplish something that only 1.2% of college athletes actually accomplish.
Bro.
Give it up to Gabe Nabers, Los Angeles Chargers Fullback. Can we get some motherfucking claps? Yo, welcome my guy. Welcome my guy.
What's good? What's good?
What up?
What up? I mean, I'm telling you, bro. I did my little stalking, bro.
He did.
I checked your stats and everything.
That was a good intro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. He's good at the intros. We let him do his thing.
Better than I know myself.
He's like, wait, what? That was right. Yeah.
So yeah, man. So you come from a small town in Georgia. So 2007. How was that? How was growing up in a small town?
Yeah. So I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. My parents were both military. They split up, and my mom is from Florida, so she wanted to move over to the East Coast, be closer to family, stuff like that. And basically, we just ended up with the military having to move around. We ended up in this small town. Valdosta was like the big town, I say, but like 80,000 people. And then the town I lived in was on the outside, Hayhira, 2,700. So
That's
Bro,
crazy.
I ain't never heard of no Hayhira.
Yeah.
What
Every time I go
yeah.
somewhere, people pronounce it wrong. Hayhira. It's so
I ain't
funny.
never heard of that. But that's dope, man.
So how was it growing up in a city that small?
I wouldn't even say it's a city. It's a one stoplight town. Everybody knows everyone. It's just weird. It's like no matter what move you make, everybody knows. Everybody's friends, families know each other. So it's definitely different.
Of course.
It's slower. It's a lot slower.
What'd they feed you over there, though? How'd you get so big?
Were you the biggest cat in your town?
No. There's
okay.
a bunch of South Georgia has a bunch of big just big people.
Okay.
It's the
Shit.
It's the MSG.
We just need to know what did he know there, because I
Gravy.
didn't get that big.
I'm Mexican, bro. I'm like a soccer player.
You just say,
No NFL for me.
bro, it's hot in here. Am I hot? Or is
So
it hot?
I don't know, bro. I'm like over here like with two layers.
I think I'm sweating, but I turned on the AC, or did I turn the heater?
I don't know, bro.
Holy shit.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out, but go ahead.
So when did you start playing ball?
I started playing ball when I was younger. My family, before we moved to Georgia, we were living in Florida with my grandma, and I played Pop Warner ball. And so when we moved from Florida to Georgia, I had to find my way first. I didn't really going from Florida to a super small town where there's not a lot going on. It was
How old were you?
I want to say I was in fifth grade.
Okay.
And so you get over there and it's nothing's going on. You drive through the town and it's boom, you've passed everything, and then
That's crazy.
It's
You're 20 feet, you're done.
And what's crazy is my hometown has it's elementary school and then a middle school, and so I would have to drive 25 minutes to go to the high school, but the high school was it was a pretty big high school.
Okay.
So there was still stuff going on in Valdosta, but where my house is, dirt road, super quiet. If you're used to the city and you go to where I'm from, it can be kind of weird because it's nothing's going on.
That's crazy.
That's my kind of place, though. I like to be more out of the shit show.
Yeah,
I like mid. That's why I like where I live.
A little
in Los
bit
Angeles.
of here, a little bit of there.
That's Orange County though.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's Orange County.
Yeah.
So you go into high school. Now, were you those athletes freshman year? Did you make varsity, or give us kind of a run through of high school for you?
Well, I feel so you got to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, when did you even start playing ball?
So we would this is what's crazy is and everywhere I've talked, but now it's gotten a little bit different. But back then, when I was in the 8th grade, I started playing football in middle school in 7th grade. And then when we got up to the 8th grade, that spring before we went up to 9th grade, we would travel to the high school and practice up there. So it was you would get out of class and we'd all load up on the bus with our pads and drive up there. And I'm what are we doing? This is crazy. Cause it's Florida, you play Pop Warner, you play middle school football, and then once you go to high school, like then you start playing high school football.
Oh, got it.
So we were like prepping to play high school football before we were like even out of middle school.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's dope.
So that kind of benefits you a little bit, right?
A little bit, but it's a little bit intimidating because you get off the bus, you see all these older guys out there practicing, and then.
But
like,
you're a big dude, bro. I'm sure they were like.
Not at that point. I was probably like a buck. I was probably like a $160, $170.
I don't know about that. How can you be a $160, bro?
Yeah, you probably
go look at the pictures, like them old pictures, like my mom's Facebook. I was a $160, $170.
We need to put some of those pictures up when we put this up.
So you were literally an 8th grader, and now when you were going into these high school practices, you were just practicing with like the freshman team, or how was that? Like,
so they made us practice with the 8th graders, and then it was like spring football, and then once you get up to 9th grade, then you're on the 9th grade team.
Got it.
And so you would practice with the 9th graders, and I played 9th grade football, but then after 9th grade, you get to like JV, junior varsity, and there's like maybe once every couple years there's a guy that's on JV that like goes up and plays varsity football, and I was one of those guys. I was like a 10th grader out there with like all these like seniors and like 18-year-olds and stuff, and I'm like, I can't even drive a car. So it's like, and now that's not that big of a deal, but back then it was definitely a different experience for me.
For sure. Now, did you have like, did you stand out in high school right away, or how was that like progression?
No, I wouldn't say I stood out. I was just, I was big enough to play with the older guys, and I was big enough to like hold my own. So they started throwing me out there, and then like I started making plays slowly. But like I was never like when I was in like 10th grade, I wasn't like the guy, or I was never like.
That's crazy.
And so I think I got my first college offer to go to a small D1, Georgia Southern, when I was a sophomore in high school, and like right off the bat, I like committed to them because I was just like so caught up in like I got a college offer, and like not many. There was a couple guys that were older and like seniors, but like only a few had gotten offers. So as soon as I got one, I was just like,
you jumped on it real.
I was like, like I got an offer, like freaking out.
Well, especially because you come from a small ass town of Georgia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm sure that's a big deal.
Yeah, and like. But I will say that the high school that I went to, like there was a lot of like, there had been a lot of guys that came through and got highly recruited. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But for me to be in 10th grade, get my first offer, like I was pretty proud of myself.
For sure. No, 100%. Well, that's what I meant. Like for you, right? Like you come from a small town and you're like, yo, I got an offer and I'm a fucking 10th grader.
Yeah.
That's dope.
How much work did it take though? That's what I want to know.
I would say to get to that offer.
Any sport you do, I mean, it's like practice nonstop. I mean, I'm not gonna say I played tennis, but I was varsity tennis. Yeah. I was some good shit, but I'm a small guy. But I was like practicing like every fucking day, and I was like pretty good, but I wasn't that good, and I kind of didn't keep it up. I just kind of let it go because once I graduated high school, I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go into partying, and that was bad idea.
So that's why you always be talking shit on tennis?
Yeah.
Got it. Because you be playing, motherfucker. You know, I'll put anybody. And I'm like.
I'll play tennis. I mean, I still play, but my leg is out, so I can't really run. Sure. But yeah, I know football is a whole nother.
Like did you. Because because I want to know. Because obviously there's such a small % of people that actually get into the NFL, right? So I feel like I want to pick your brain in the sense of like how did you go by it, right? Like, were you, because obviously in high school, like from what I remember, like all the jocks would always be going out, you know, like it was kind of the culture, right? Because the football players were the cool guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's easy to kind of go out and easy to do that. So for you, was it hard to start, like, how was that battle for you? Like, were you easily caught up in, you know, going out, or were you kind of like in the middle, or did you like really focus on training? Like, how was your story from high school going into college?
In high school, I didn't go out at all. Like, well, and you got to think, like, I'm also from a super small town, so there's like nothing going on. Like the most trouble you could get in my hometown is like a house party or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like I would say senior year that like I started seeing like people my age with like fake IDs and stuff like that. But I was never like a big partier because like once I got my first offer, like I was like, okay,
not really.
Like I can like at least go to college doing this and get my education paid for. I got a single mom, like, and like I gotta find a way to do this for her, because like she can't afford like my mom does well for herself. She's a hustler herself, and so I would say that if for anybody, I should do it for her. Like, take a load off her. Like, she's done so much to bring me up to this point.
I love that.
Like, why would I burden her with trying to figure out a way to put me through college?
For sure.
And so that was like the first thing. So once I got that first offer, something switched. Like, I was just like, no longer was just like a game that I was playing for fun. Like, it's always still been fun to play the game, but then that's when it clicked that like doors could start opening for me, and that's just the first step I took. And I would say once I got that first offer, like more started coming in, and then it's like a domino effect, kind of like in high school football. Like, once one school offers you, then another school offers you, and then another one, and then once a bigger school offers you, then you get bigger offers.
Yeah.
Once that started happening, that's when I started recognizing that, like, okay, I got to like pour into this, because it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. So how was it growing up with a single mother? Because I grew up with a single mom. So for you, how was that?
I would say, I mean, it wasn't. My mom did a really, really, really good job of taking care of me and my brother. She was, she's military, served 20 years in the military, and
that's awesome.
Retired. And
thank you, Mom,
for sure. But she, I mean, she held it down. She made sure that we had everything we needed. You know, just all the things that you hear all these like guys come up in the league and they're like, I have a single mom that really like put me on and like took care of me. Like, my mom taught me everything I know about being a man. Like, I didn't have a father in my house to teach me those things. And like, I'm coming home from, it's so funny because I would come home from high school football games and I'd be like pissed. And like, most of my teammates would go home and their dad would be waiting for them, like, oh, you got to do this. And like, it'd be my mom. My mom would be like, what were you thinking on this play? So it's like, my mom definitely she did a great job of playing both roles and keeping me steady.
That's awesome. No, that's super dope.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guy. I mean, he's a solid guy ever since we met the first day. I was like, this guy's solid,
yeah, super respectful.
Yeah, you're very humble, very, very good guy, man. You can tell my brother actually wanted to be here. He really wanted to be part of this podcast, and he's obviously in Austin doing the, what is it?
An NFT event.
NFT event out there, and they're going to be flying back tonight. But he's like, man, I really wanted to talk to Gabe and get to know him more. I was like, well, next time.
Yeah, well, you can watch the podcast.
I'll be around. Don't worry, I'll be around.
No, so when did you? So you said that you committed to your first college offer, but you went to Florida State. So did you get Florida State, and then you were like, I'm taking Florida State, because obviously that's a huge college, right? It's a huge D1.
So I had always, for some reason, like grown up a Florida State fan. And so I committed to Georgia Southern, and I was committed to them for like a year or so. And then I started going on recruitment visits, and I went to USF, Southern Florida, on a visit, official visit. You know, they pull out everything, like all the food, all the amenities, like everything, make you feel good, like make you feel like royalty. And I mean, I can only imagine how it is at some of these bigger schools. At that time, I was just like, oh, like, this is just insane. I get to be like down in South Florida. And so go on this visit, end up flipping to them. And so now I have to call, it's like for real, like breaking up. Like, it's like, you got to call and be like, hey, like, I'm sorry, but like,
I cheated on you. I went and saw another school.
They gave me a fucking croissant. I'm sorry. That shit was buttery as fuck.
But no, for real, like, you have to call them and like tell them like, hey, I just think like this decision's the best for me. And then I was committed to them for like, it's gonna sound bad, but I was committed to them for like only like a couple months. And then
you had to break up with them.
I had Florida. So a Florida State recruit came to my high school football game my senior year. And for some reason, like, I just balled out that night. Like, I had like 2 touchdowns, forcing fumbles. I had an interception. I was like playing D-end, and like
killed it.
They were like, as soon as that game happened, it was like a couple of weeks later, I get a call, and it's Jimbo Fisher, the head coach for Florida State. He's like, hey son, like, I want you to come, and we really like you. Like, we're really interested in you. And so this is my dream school calling me. So I remember exactly where I was. Like, I was leaving high school, getting ready to go home. And I get this call and I hear it, and I'm just like, Like I was like, no brainer. Like let's do it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
then I was like, as soon as I hung up the phone with them, I have to call. Now I have to call USF, and I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, but like, I'm sorry, but like this is like my dream school, and they're like, is there anything we can do to like keep you here? I'm like, I'm sorry, but like this is my dream school. Committed to them, and then went on the official visit to FSU. So that's how like, most players, like they'll go on a visit and then commit. I was like, I'm in.
Ready.
Don't need to see anything. So
that's dope.
It was definitely crazy.
So now let's talk about college life. So how was that? Like, you know, playing in college. Like, how was that whole deal?
It was crazy because I mean, the year I got there, they had just 3 years prior to, they had just won the national championship.
Nice.
So the city was crazy. The school was at an all-time high, and it was just like the place to be. They had all these crazy players that are now my teammates here, like Derwin James, Asante Samuel, like all these guys that I would soon become teammates with. Like they had these caliber players, and like you're out there. I think my recruiting class, like the group that we signed at FSU that year, was like the #1 recruiting class in the country. And so it was crazy to just be a part of that, like to think like, okay, I'm with like these people, like we're the #1 class. And so it was just a cool feeling to like go and be a part of something that big. Like FSU is a super historical program, like Bobby Bowden, they've got all kind of national championships. And so like, it was really cool to feel like you were going to join something that had already been there before. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For you, when did you like say like, shit, I could probably go to the NFL? Like if I keep going, like when did that hit you?
I never, like, I always told myself like I was always like a role player. Like every interview I ever did in college, every time I would ever be asked like what my goals were, it was just always like, I'm going to play my role. Like I want to do whatever I can do to help the team win. I would never be like, oh, I want to get drafted or I want to do this. Like you can go back and look at interviews from my freshman year to my senior year. Like I never really was like the kind of person to be like, I want to, like, personal accolades are cool.
Yeah.
And of course they'll get you like higher, like draft picks or things like that. But I was more interested in just like being in the moment and like thinking about what I could do to help the team in that moment.
That's what we need.
That's dope.
That's why he's part of our team.
That's dope.
For sure.
That's dope. That is amazing, though, dude. Shit.
So for you, when you got into, you know, so you're going, what did you study in college when you were there? Were you studying something that you were like into?
So when I first got there, I was in bio, and it was really hard, but I was handling the class as well. But then I got to this roadblock where I kind of had to make a choice. I was like, all right, I want to stick to bio. Like I'd put in all this effort to do like chemistry and bio 1 and all this stuff that you have to do just to get into the major program.
Yeah. All that too.
And it's like super hard while balancing practice and stuff like that.
Sure.
But then I got to this point where I would have to do like labs and all these things. And I was like, I can't balance both.
Yeah.
Because I started seeing my grades start to go down a little bit. And I was like, I'm not even going to be able to handle this once I actually get in.
Yeah.
And the whole point of me coming to college was to play ball, of course. But I always took pride in wanting to get my degree.
Yeah. So
probably 2 years into college, I actually switched my major to sport management. And FSU has a really, really good sport management program. And so now once I switched, I had to like kick it into overdrive to make sure in these next 2 years I'm taking all these classes to be able to finish on time. So that was definitely hard, but I got it done.
That's dope. So let's go into the NFL transition. So how does it work with you guys on like, do you get a phone call like, hey, so you're potentially going to get drafted, or how does all that work?
Yeah, we don't know nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, it was different, but for like a draft pick, let's say like a draft pick is going to like their agents. Once you get to a certain level, you'll start having agencies and stuff reach out to you.
Okay.
And you'll start having people reach out to you saying like, hey, like, we think you're going to go here, or we have you projected to go here. Like, we want to invest money into you for training and like make sure you're taken care of, that you're in the best position, that by the time the combine and stuff comes around, like you're ready to like put it all out there. Cause the combine does play a big role.
For sure.
Like you'll see some guys that were like maybe 2 or 3 at their position. Now they're at 1 because they just like blow up at the combine.
Yeah.
But for someone like me, I was undrafted, so playing fullback, one, it's not too common for fullbacks to get invited to the combine. Some of them do. I wasn't. So that was already my first roadblock.
Okay.
So I had no way of like showing my skills in front of these NFL recruiters or, analysts and stuff. And then the hardest part for me moving into the league was COVID. Because my senior year.
That's right.
That's right when shit hit the fan.
So it's my senior year, and we get a notification from the school. This is like when everything's on lockdown.
Oh shit!
And so like we get a notification from the school, like from the athletic department. They're like, due to like the current state of like the nation, all this stuff, like we're not going to be able to hold a pro day. And so if you go back and look at that timeline, like you'll see like NFL analysts and NFL scouts were like pulling out of pro days, and like some schools were had theirs early enough to where the athletes were able to showcase themselves, but then like the ones that had later scheduled ones never got to do it.
Dang.
Oh shit.
So like I'm a senior, like I had been spending all this time training and trying to rush to finish my degree. And now I'm like thinking to myself like, dang, like I just spent all this money, all this time to be able to perform, and now I don't have anywhere to go and do it. So
you had to pivot.
Yeah, it was definitely
That's our word.
for sure.
Everybody had to pivot.
Yeah, we all have to pivot.
We literally every podcast during COVID, everybody had to pivot.
Yeah.
So where'd you pivot
what?
to?
Yeah. What was the?
So luckily, my agent, I met him in college, which was actually pretty crazy because like now we're like we work together, but like we're friends. So like he'll always have my back.
Dope.
And so my agency was actually they were really clutch. They were able to host a private pro day. They paid a retired scout to come out and like do everything, like make sure everything was good and have it signed off on. Did everything. I had to drive up to Virginia.
How far was that from Florida?
It's like 11 hours or something like that. Ooh. So I had to drive up there, get up there, and then showcase what I got and do all this stuff. And they record everything. We do like a little field throwing session because it's not just me. There's like there's quarterbacks there, there's receivers there, DBs, like all these people that didn't get their pro days. So they're trying to like show out. So like we basically just had our own on this random field in Virginia, and the scout did a good job of like making sure everything was accurate, and then everything was recorded.
Dope.
So that it was like verified, and then he signed off on all the times, and then we just submitted everything, and through the agency they just sent it out to all the teams.
What's a pro day like?
So if you don't get invited to the combine, schools will host like a mini combine.
Oh, okay.
For their athletes, and then scouts will be invited, and then there will be like scouts can come through and like interview players and like see them run, and they'll do like field work and run them through some basic drills just to see them in action. So it like gives the guys that didn't get invited to the combine a chance to show themselves.
Got it.
Because you think like only, I don't even know, maybe like 200 something people get invited. I don't even know how many people it is, but
that's crazy.
It's a small amount compared to the large amount of people that play college football.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, yeah, because I look up stats and I was like, damn, 1.2 people. Like,
yeah, it ain't no joke.
That's crazy.
But this guy makes it seem like, oh, he just got through everything. He doesn't tell you about all the hard work that it.
Yeah. So how was that?
How
Like,
many days do you guys practice? How often do you have to?
And training for pro day, or
like
just in general, like to get where you are. Like it wasn't like you weren't just sitting on the couch waiting.
No. Like during college, like we would practice. Yeah, like during college, like when I was playing in college, like we would practice every day. But whenever I was like now on my own, like I was no longer with the football team. It was definitely hard. Like I said, I was trying to balance finishing school, so I'd have to get up at like 6 a.m. I was a senior taking like 8 a.m. classes. Like you're a senior, you're supposed to be chilling, like have like afternoon classes, and I'm in there like 8 a.m. So I'd go like 8 to 2, like taking all these courses, and then I would go from like right after I got out of my last class, I'd drive over to where I was training and train there for like 2 hours a day, and it was like every single day of the week.
Damn.
But it was definitely tough. But it paid off.
But yeah, it paid off. But that's what it is,
you gotta be consistent.
You know, but that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You know, it takes those, like, it's the consistency of like just training and training and training, even if you don't know. That's the thing too, is like, that's what I think is so beautiful, right? It's like you're putting in the work every single day, and you don't know if you're gonna get drafted.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but it's like you are just going in and telling yourself like, I'm gonna get drafted. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
or even in like my case, like I had a pretty good idea that I wasn't gonna get drafted. So it's like I'm going into this like I'm gonna give this all I have, so that no matter what happens, like let's say I go to my pro day and I don't ever hear anything again, like I gave it everything I had.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I like looked back and I was like, well, if I would have done this better, if I would have trained a little bit harder at this, maybe I would have ran faster or done this. And so
can't have any regrets, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, it's like what Kobe talks about that.
Yeah.
He's like he's like, the reason why I never, you know, slacked off or went out, he's like, and I was always fucking practicing. He's like, I never want to leave the game and say, man, I could have done more.
Yeah.
Like that. When he said that, it was like, gave me chills, especially I'm a huge Kobe fan, but
you get goosebumps.
Yeah, it's facts.
Yeah.
So how was that? Like when you got hit up, was the Chargers the team that hit you up?
So the draft happens, first day goes by, second day goes by, third day goes by, like they finished the draft, and my agent texted me and said he was talking to a couple teams. I had reached out to him, but then the Chargers hit him up and they were like, hey, like, we're interested in signing him. And so typically how it goes is like you get like mini camp invites, you get like signees who basically go to training camp. That's the situation I was in. So
Got it.
They hit me up. They were like, yeah, we want him to come out and basically just compete for a spot in camp. So it was me and one other fullback, and then that's basically how it went.
Damn, that's crazy. Like,
so it's no like on the TV, like blase, you know how it goes, and it's just like a phone call, like, hey, we're gonna sign you, congratulations, like you have an opportunity to do this. It's like all opportunities, whereas like first round picks and like second round picks, like they have a good idea, like they're gonna be around for at least some period of time to like play, like because the teams are investing a lot of money into these players.
Makes sense.
Whereas like a camp signee, like you can get signed for like no money, or you can get signed for like a couple $1,000s, and then crazy. You just have to like, it is what you make it type thing.
So you got to just like perform. Like when they give you the spotlight, which is like, I'm guessing they bring you into the field, you just got to perform.
Yeah, because you're like undrafted free agent. It's like, you're an undrafted free agent, so it's like if you make it, great. Like if they find, because basically the undrafted guys, like it's the scouts that go out and find these people. So it's like if a scout finds you and like you end up working out really well, then it's like like we found like a needle in a haystack type thing. Whereas like a draft pick, like every team is trying to find a way to maybe pick this guy. It's just the order of the way things happen.
Got it.
So like undrafted guys, it's just kind of like there's a slimmer chance to make it for sure.
And you made it.
Hey.
And you made it. Was Los Angeles like, because obviously I live here, so I don't, but from what I understand, it's like Los Angeles is like the city.
Yeah.
You know, so when you
don't
got
want to be here,
I feel like everybody wants to be in Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
We're from Cali. What?
Yeah. I feel like Los Angeles.
I'm like, no, I'm trying to get the fuck out.
So how was that transition going from like, Florida? So where's the university? Like what part of Florida?
Florida State's in Tallahassee.
Oh,
Tallahassee,
okay.
Florida.
Oh, okay. So it's still like a big. Now, but was it a big transition going from there to here?
Yeah, it's way faster, but luckily, I would say that like, mind you, again, like when I came over here, there was still COVID and the outbreak and like everything was on lockdown. So like when I came over here, like no one was on the street, like nothing was going on. Yeah. It was pretty dead.
Only cars you saw were our cars.
The traffic was nice around that time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll go from LA here to 30 minutes.
Like
I'm like
so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the life. I wish COVID keeps going.
And it was like that pretty much my whole first year in the league. Like it was just like chill because you couldn't go anywhere. Like restaurants and stuff were closed, so you couldn't go anywhere. Like there was nothing to really do except play ball.
Play
and
ball.
Stuff. Yeah.
That's crazy.
This guy is still so young, bro, but he's so like
how old are you?
24.
24. Damn, that's crazy.
You know what happened.
I used to be the youngest, bro. Every room. And now I'm like, nah.
No, listen, he hit me up and he's like, man, I know you guys are 25 minimum age. I was like, man, you look like you're like 30, bro. Like, you're a big dude. What the hell are you talking about? How old are you? He's like, oh, I'm 24. I'm like, bro, it's fine. Just send me your stuff. We'll get you in the car.
For sure.
I was like, because these guys, I've dealt with a few football player guys. And, and they're young, but they're very mature for their age.
Yeah.
So
well, I feel like it's
the
you have
team
to.
And just being in that environment just gets them ready for the real life a lot earlier. Like when I was 24, trust me, I was anywhere near this guy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm 45. I'm finally figuring out where I'm going.
Yeah,
I finally found my purpose.
Yeah.
But this guy, young, he already knew what he's doing. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I was like, damn, 24.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to go to some Charger games.
Yeah, I mean, if he ever invites us, we're always ready.
I got the tickets. Don't worry.
I couldn't fit this guy in any
I
car,
couldn't. I know. Earlier, we're like, all right, which car?
Literally, we were debating
figure
here.
out which one.
We're like, what is he gonna fit in? I'm like, I don't know, man. Definitely not this. You sat in this though, didn't you?
No, because I remember when we first pulled up, I was like, "Where's the Lambo at?" And then when I sat in it, I was like, "Oh man,
that shit was so tight. This guy's knees were like this." I was like, "Bro,"
I was like, "This might not work."
Yeah, we almost gave up. He was like,
he's gonna have to be like a Urus in the Urus.
Yeah, the Urus is perfect.
Yeah, perfect. I fit in the Urus.
So so NFL, Chargers. Now, do you have? Because I don't know how much time does it take out of your because obviously it's a full-time fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Do you have time? Like, can you be an entrepreneur can you be a player and an entrepreneur? Like, how much time can you wiggle around as an NFL player?
How many months do you guys have off where you can do what you want to do?
Like right now we're in OTAs, and so it's like you have something every day of the week. It's like from like 8 to like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you have some flexibility, but like during the season, which is like from September to January, or if you go to the Super Bowl even further, it's like all day. Like it's get there. Some guys get there at like 6. Most of the time stuff starts at 8 and you're not done till like 5.
Yeah.
So it's like a full time. Like you're there all day.
You're all day. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if. Because obviously, we see that you're into golfing as well.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to.
Why are we not golfing? I've been wanting to learn how to golf.
I've been wanting to learn how to golf too.
Because everyone's like, "Why don't we go golf?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't fucking know what the hell I'm
doing." We gotta get clubs.
So
we gotta get you guys some clubs.
Yo, I'm down.
Hey, we roll up.
Let's go.
Go pull their cars up there. They'll think, they'll be like, "Yeah, these guys definitely belong here."
They're like, they definitely know how to play.
We don't even know how to hold the club.
He's fucking playing tennis and shit.
Watch your mouth. Don't talk shit about tennis.
So what would you? So after football, do you have like a vision of what you would want to get into, or have you thought that far off?
I mean, I definitely want to like pour into football as much as I can, but like you were saying earlier, like the season is only like a few months.
Yeah.
And then so you go to OTAs in the off season. That's when like the off season like after OTAs end, we have like a month off where you go like start to like dial in like the finishing touches before training camp. And then you go to training camp and then the season starts, and then from that point on till the end, like you're slammed.
Yeah. And
so once the season ends though, it's like see ya in a few months.
Got it.
Like you don't have to stick around. Like some guys will like leave and not come back like until they have to come back.
Yeah.
And so there's definitely time to like expand your off the field endeavors while you're in the off season.
Yeah.
And so that's when you definitely want to like, make those connections. And one thing that I have definitely learned while being in the NFL is that the doors that this like league opens is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so it's like when I'm from a small town, so like I know like everywhere I turn, like I know who I'm talking to. And that was like something that I definitely had to get used to when I moved to a big city like this, is because you like never truly know who you're talking to.
Especially out here.
And so that was definitely something that I learned. And it definitely wasn't a comfortable thing for me at first, because I'm like, I can speak comfortably to you guys now, but like if you would have caught me like a year ago, maybe not, because that's something that I definitely had to work on, because the opportunity to grow and like build like in network with people is ridiculous. Like once you're in, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you have
that's what I've been doing all my life.
Yeah.
This motherfucker has a network so crazy out here. Yeah, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I was in the club business for 12 years.
Yeah.
I started promoting while I was doing my corporate job. Then I was like never sleeping. But the club brought me so much network, and so did my corporate job. But it was just crazy, man. I just met everyone around here. And I mean, now it's like everywhere you go, it's like, you want to do this? You want to do that? You want to do that? I mean, I built a name for myself, obviously, because, I mean, I work my ass off, and everyone knows I'm not a lazy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Even when I have this place, I was running it by myself for about a year before I even brought anyone else on board to kind of help me out. But it was rough. But, yeah, the network is fucking great. The more people you know, the more options, you know, open up for you.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
absolutely.
I mean, even doing rentals now, we meet a lot of people that I would never have probably met. I mean, people flying in from out of state. I'm like, what do you guys do? Just kind of shooting the shit, and then you get to find out what they do, and then they become your new best friends.
Yeah, it's
dope.
crazy.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Though.
And it's crazy how many people are out here. Like I be telling my girl like all the time, I'm like, yo, there's so many people out here. She's like, you always say that. I'm like, no, for real though. Like, you be seeing people, new faces every day. You go on traffic, it's like new people. I'm like, there's so many people in Cali. You know what I mean? Like there's and how many different scenes? Because like I'm also a part of like the Latin dance scene.
Yeah.
And that scene is huge. But then again, it's like, but none of those people know, like Ali, an example, right? Or actually, no, take that back because of the club. But what I'm saying is like, there's so many different scenes
he doesn't know
in one city.
He doesn't know how we met.
Oh, yeah. So we met. So
at my club.
He had his club.
This is when we finally bought the club. So it was ours now, and me and my old partner. But, yeah, we had a Latin night.
He had Taco Tuesday night, Latin night.
Yeah.
So I used to go teach. So I danced bachata, and I was dancing professionally. And and basically, I would teach the classes, and then after we would, stay, and, I would just, hang out, chill.
Take a few shots.
And he was like, yo, come take a shot with me. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. It's Tuesday. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, let's do it. And at that time, I was running my gym. So I would have to wake up in the morning and go to the gym.
Yeah.
So, as you know, alcohol, just, it's like one of those things. So, every single day is like, every single Tuesday, it's like, yo, come take a shot. So every time I would go take a shot, we would shoot the shit, talk.
Yeah. And
I was like, yo, you're super dope. And we just got along a lot. And then after he left the club, I hit him up and I was like, yo, like, what happened? He basically broke it down for me. And he got out perfect timing because he got out right before COVID.
Literally a month
right before COVID
hit.
Yeah. So
I was like, I got to get the fuck out. I can't be doing this anymore. I was like killing
all
myself.
that stuff like died kind of, like
bro,
with no one going out and stuff.
Everything died. Like it was. There
was nothing open.
Bro, like I had to go, and it was crazy because around COVID, I remember, bro, it was like literally, so I do music, and I was about to get signed, and COVID hit. So everything stopped.
Yeah.
Thank God, because I didn't sign with them. But everything stopped, and I'm like, fuck, like that sucks, Like, I wanted to do music, and I had the opportunity of only doing that. Then COVID hit, and I had to like I ended up doing like a corporate job in Orange County for marketing. And I remember I was like, yo, driving, there was like, because we were able to stay open because we marketed for restoration companies and things like that. So we were able to like slide under the whole like essential, and I would drive and nobody on the freeway.
It was great,
I'm like,
bro.
yo, this is, it was great.
It was
Obviously,
the
it was a dream. Bro, I remember because there was talks about how apparently we're gonna go in martial law.
Martial law.
Dude, my girl calls me. I'm at work. Mind you, she's out in the valley. I'm at work, and she's like, babe, I just heard they're going to do martial law. You need to get over here now because they did it. I left work because I was like, I'll be right back. And I left. And my boy hits me. I was like, yo, where did you go? And I was like, bro, my girl just hit me up, freaking out that it was martial law. I had to bounce. And then come to find out, everything was chilling.
Yeah.
But the fucking
I think he just pulled it off.
So what's your diet? What's the NFL player diet? Do you just eat whatever? Obviously, you can't eat whatever you want, but what's the?
I would say like during the week, I just try to like, we have like at the facility, we have like like in-house like chefs and stuff that like cooking stuff.
Nice.
So and they have like
this guy never invites us for nothing good, bro.
Bro, what are we gonna do? Walk in? Fucking,
I wouldn't say it's like.
I'd be like, this is my cousin. I came to see him. I want to eat some food.
I'll be like, what's up, guys?
It's like a dining hall though, but like they have really good food, and there's like you can order it on your phone.
Wait,
it tells you like all
facility?
the macros. Right up here.
It's close by, right?
In Costa Mesa, right off of
Dude.
What's
That's
it
crazy.
called?
I'm gonna be there. You better let me know when you're going because I'm gonna be like,
he's outside.
Outside.
That's my cousin. Come over here, get me. You think I'm lying? Watch, I'm gonna pull up.
That's hella funny. So, what other interests do you have other than football? Like, have you gotten like? It's okay if you haven't, but is there things that you're like, oh, you know what, this interests me, or, you know?
Like you said earlier, like golf. I've definitely, I don't know, man. Golf is just like, I will say like COVID and everything that happened there, like it definitely like golf is like shot through the roof. Like now it's like a lot of younger people are playing where like traditionally it's like a older, like a retired person's game. Yeah. But now it's like, I don't know, right when I started playing, like I'm a competitor. And so it's like I was terrible and I'm still not good by any means, but like I was terrible when I first started playing.
It's gonna be like us, bro.
And I was terrible, and I was like, how can I not hit this ball? It's like sitting on the ground, and I can't even like hit it. And so that was like something that definitely like, it's the most like mental game ever. It's like, it teaches you so much. Like you'll see like, I watched a video with Schoolboy Q talking about, because he started playing golf, and he was like, it taught me so much about myself. Like the mental stamina you have to have in golf is the same thing you have to have in life. Like the more frustrated you get while playing the game, the worse you'll play.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's why like it definitely has helped me, like, because you get up to the ball. If you're having a bad day, you'll get up to the ball and you'll literally stand over and be like, look, I'm already about to do something bad.
Yeah.
And like
that would be me for sure.
And it's like you get up there,
shoot that ball.
But you get up there and it's like you start figuring things out, and then you start hitting good shots and stuff, and it's like wow, I can do this. And then the next day you go out there, it's like you never played before. So it's like one of those things that it just keeps you constantly like engaged in something. And so that was one of the motivating factors for me to want to create. I've started the process of creating my own clothing brand called Overslept Golf.
Dope.
And so it's kind of playing on the inside joke of like the degenerate side of golf, like how like now golf is no longer like this like super proper etiquette game. It's like more like the boys are out on the links, like type stuff. And so I'm definitely excited to see where that goes and see what I can do with that.
Would you want to play professional golf?
I would never. There's not enough time in the world for me to be that good.
But that must be like hella good.
Go look up the golf stats. You think the football ones are crazy? Go look at those ones.
Hey, who was the guy that rented the golf pro? I forget his name. Well, he rented one of our cars for somebody. I don't know who it was.
Gotta know your clients, bro.
Yeah, I know his name is Jamie, but I can't remember his last name. But
that's pretty good. Knowing his first name, that's pretty good.
He teaches golf, and he's like, he sent me a bunch of videos. He's like, this is how you need to hit, because he's like, all he does is he teaches pros how to
that's dope.
do their shit. So he's like, he sent me a whole shit ton of videos. He's like, watch these if you're gonna start playing golf. At least you have an idea of what you're doing. I was like, dope, man.
That's dope.
So I'm gonna keep that for later just in case, because
like
you said, bro, everyone I know now is like literally playing golf. I watch their shit. They're always on the golf course. I'm like, the fuck, what am I doing?
Have you ever been to what's that place called in Vegas?
Yeah,
Top Golf.
They have one up in El Segundo now.
Yeah, they have one out here now too.
That shit's hella fun.
Yeah,
that shit's hella fun.
Yeah.
The food's bomb too, but that shit's hella fun.
The food is gas.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
I'll be in Vegas. Shit.
Yeah, we got to go to Vegas.
No, for the other location.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna open up another location in Vegas.
Oh, that's dope.
We're working on it. Yeah.
So what got you into NFTs? Were we one of the first projects that you saw that were about NFTs and shit like that, or did you get into it prior?
No. Like I had heard about it like everyone else. Like I kind of went into it like not really understanding. And at the point that I had heard about it, like most people, I was kind of like most people. Like it was just like, oh, this is just art I buy, or like something along the lines of that. Like didn't really have the education. But then, like, as it started evolving and I started meeting people that knew about it and were, like very successful in making money with them, they started telling me how like it's no longer just like a piece of art you can like buy and own. Now there's different like amenities and things like utilities and the exclusivity that comes with owning an NFT. That was definitely a dope.
Tell him what I bought the other day.
He bought a piece of shit NFT.
It's
a legit piece of shit. Like
gets on a group chat. He's like, "Y'all need to buy this poop." I was like, "What? What poop?" He's like, "Get this shit." I was like, "What shit?" He sends us
like,
the
no,
NFT.
it's called Get
It's
the Shit.
literally poop, whatever it's called. So I was like, "Fuck, okay, I'm gonna buy it real quick," and then the shit dumped so bad. I was like, bro, I hate you. Don't tell me to buy anything.
Oh my gosh!
No, but then it shot up like crazy.
Shot up.
I tripled my money real quick.
Good.
It's crazy. Like it's like you don't know. Like, it's such a wild west right now that it's like you don't. Yeah. We got some goblins. I don't know if you know about the goblins.
No,
but it's some dope shit.
Yeah. So basically, they free minted. It was a free mint, sold out, and it just like popped out of nowhere.
It popped.
And it popped.
We got them at like
0.5.
0.45, and then it went up to like 9 ETH.
9 ETH, yeah. And they're going, and they're still going. And
they go up, they come down, they go up. But then they did something real cool with that Goblin burger.
It's funny because when I be trying to explain people,
I was like sitting there trying to figure out how to do all this shit, make my own burger and shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I had to call my tech guy. I was like, Elmer, my man, please help me. He's like, oh, just do this. No. I was like, man, I'm so fucking lost. But then it came out dope.
But I think it's hella funny how, like, you be explaining to people, like, oh, yeah, so I got this goblin.
Oh,
how much is this worth? It's like worth 13 grand. Like, what? Like, and I was making a burger. Oh, what's the burger of? It's just like shit that you put in a, like, it's like,
bro, it's crazy.
Ridiculous. Like when you, but it's also what makes it fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
See, that's my burger I made right there. Let it come up.
McGoblin combo.
McGoblin combo. Where'd it go? Shit.
But hey, they started like a new trend.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah,
they be having Twitter spaces where they talk Goblin, and it's fucking hilarious.
This is the Goblin.
Oh,
town.
yeah.
So now their floor price went down to 4.4 ETH, but yeah, I mean, we picked them up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty damn cheap. And thank you, Elmer.
Yeah, shout out to Elmer.
He's the man. Alpha. He's the man.
Yeah, it's super dope, like where it's going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people understand that technology is like a one-way street. Yeah. It's just never go back. It just goes forward.
For sure.
And it's moving so fast.
And it's moving so fast. Like, we've been doing TECC
We've literally
since
had to pivot
so many times.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, we keep like, oh, this is cool, but then we're like, oh, well, this, now we have to do this. It's like we got to change the whole shit.
To keep up with it's crazy. Keep up with everything. And also, it's like, you know, the more that you're in the community, see, what I love about NFTs is that it's no longer, like, as a marketer, right? When you market something, you always go to market, right? With NFTs, you go to community, which now you're getting, like, real data from the people who are interested in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I think it's like a clothing brand, right? Like, I explained this in the last podcast. Like, for you, right? Like, let's say you have a clothing brand and you have like 5,000 clients, and you know exactly who those 5,000 clients are. Like, you could track them. You have their wallet. You know exactly, you know, what they bought, how much they bought it for, and shit like that.
Yeah.
You could literally say, hey, guys, I'm going to drop this next summer collection. What do you guys want? Because at the end of the day, when you create something, what are you creating for? You're creating something to sell it to your customers. Now you get your customers to tell you exactly what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
It's like, dope. That's like the sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't go wrong with exotic cars either.
And then you can't go. So do you...
You throw that in the mix and it's game over.
How much do you understand about the project?
I mean, just from what I've seen on social media and then talking to you guys, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding about it.
Yeah, plus you came to the event.
You came to
I'll be popping out.
It's going to be cracking, man.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
We're very confident in
That's good.
where the project is going to be going, and the team that we have is super solid. Like, I mean, we're blessed. It all came together so nicely.
For sure.
But I mean, one thing led to another. Even my boy right there, Sabit, shout out. He was one of the first guys in the whole NFT game, and he was selling his art like crazy. And he's got, how many different collections does he have?
A lot.
Well, he drops a collection like every fucking few months. But yeah, he's got a lot. But I'm glad I got a actual
Real.
Not
real
What they're all.
He drew that for me. I was like, funny? I need a Buddha to bring me some peace, and he's like,
when that art came out, not his, but Canva art. When Canva art first came, the art community was telling Canva painters that that's not real art because it's on a canvas. It needs to be on a building. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
It's like because now it's like this whole like that's not art. That's digital. That's not art. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's like you're always gonna get that like backlash when you're doing something new. It's just like it's human nature to be like, nah, like,
and I mean,
iPhone, we're not gonna have a screen. We need buttons.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always the people that jump in and do what we always talk about and try to make that money and really don't have no purpose or anything behind it. So people are like, they start doubting it. They're like, okay, well, I think this is, full of shit. There's only a few projects that actually have shit going for them.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's just educating yourself. Honestly, you can't listen to what I say, he said. It's just you need to learn about it and figure things out and see where you would want to take it. But but I mean, when I came into it, like when we talked, I didn't have a fucking clue what it was. All I know is I kept hearing NFT, and I was like, well, I want to kind of incorporate the whole exotic rental into the NFT world because I saw that this will be something that's gonna be the future. So I was like, we got to get in now before anyone else does, and let's make moves because I don't want to be behind on this one.
Yeah. That's the dopest thing about this project too, is that once we actually roll, because right now NFTs, it's like their peak date is when they mint out, when they sell, when they sell out, right? It's like that's like their peak. Like, yo, we just sold out. For us, it's like when we sell out, that's gonna be cool. But what's even gonna be cooler is when we actually build the locations, have the car, because it's physical. Now people see it.
Yeah.
So I think our project, a lot of people wouldn't want to take that route. Like, because when we first started, we're like, yo, we need to go right because everybody's going left right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, even though it's going to be hard, because this is not a cheap project. You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure,
we have an overhead. We have cars. We have locations, events. But if we pull it off, though, once we pull it off,
it's going to be...
Then we could be like second collection,
bro,
third, fourth, fifth.
Once people see us pull it off and start with the buildings and the cars, they're going to be like, okay, these guys are fucking for real. And this is going to be the biggest project out there. So I think we're going to get a lot of hype as soon as we drop.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's going to be dope.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's going to be like
all the work is going to pay off.
10 times
10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Way nicer. We already have shit planned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, though, because, I mean, you think about it, like right now, while people are sitting, like thinking about how you guys are going to pull it off, you guys are already thinking about like the next step, which is like, and so by the time, like you said, like you already have another location. And then once you have multiple locations, people are going to be sitting there scratching their heads like, how did they do this? Yeah. Instead of sitting back and doubting, like wasting all this time, it's already going to be too late.
And what's cool too is like, we talked about it frequently, was we need to move so quick that when people, because the thing with NFTs too is everything's out there. Our codes, because it's all transparent, right? So our code's transparent. Everything's transparent. So they'll know our business plan. It's right there. It's right in front of your face, you know? So for us, it was like, we have to move so fast because once people see our business plan and go, what they did makes money, let's get in, they're going to come in. But when they come in, we're already like 10 locations in. So it's like for you to catch up,
it's not even worth it.
We're not gonna
so
stop.
Everyone out there, you might as well just partner up because it's gonna be game over.
Because we ain't gonna stop. It's like when they say, "What's the easiest way of killing an alligator?" Is after it eats, because it's content, it's chilling. After we eat, we still gonna go. We gonna stash it, keep going, keep growing, keep expanding. So that's
dope for real.
That's the fucking mission.
Yeah, we exhausted, but.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's like nights I can't sleep.
It's hard. Not gonna lie.
I'm like, fuck, what do we do? This, that, but we just keep going.
Yeah.
But that's just what it is, man.
No, that's dope.
So we definitely gotta get you more involved.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure. We need, for us, is like, it's all about like environment and having people that are like minded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's key.
Having people in a circle that like believe in what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Not sitting in the group like wondering how it's gonna happen. Like however it happens, that's how it's gonna happen.
I don't know if Was Charles here when? I don't know if you met Charles when we had that last event. He was here, but this guy, honestly, I mean, thank you, Charles, but this guy has been on it since the day. I mean, he called me to rent a car for his brother's wedding.
Yeah.
And I kind of just talked to him about the project, bro. This guy is bringing us left and right, kind of threw us Kenny, but I already knew Kenny from years back. But he's bringing, like, artists for us. This guy setting up things at USC for us. Like, I mean, he's not even, like, working for us, or we're not even paying him. He's just doing this because he believes so much in the project, and he's like, bro, I think you guys are going to kill it. You guys are going to take over, so I want to give everything I can, because he bought in, obviously, already in the pre-sale that we had, but dude, he's just putting in all this work for free, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he literally texts us every day, bro. Every day. He's like, I got this. Do you guys need this? Do you guys need a lawyer? He brought us lawyers. He brought us. I'm like, bro, I'm like blown away by this guy. Love him.
Oh, we actually have to, before we end the podcast, let you know about the special gift that we have for you. So for doing this for us, we're going to be giving you an honorary NFT that's going to give you lifetime access to all the clubs.
Let's
Your
go.
grandfathered in, bro.
Like,
can we get some motherfucking claps? Come on, bro.
Let's go. Oh, that's dope. I appreciate it for sure.
Of course. We'll put a little Thunderbolt in the car.
Those are gonna be pretty much lifetime membership.
Not pretty much. They're gonna be lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be it's in the founders pool, which only I think we're giving away 250 of those. But yeah, you get access for life.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going anywhere, bro.
So let me give you the rapid questions real quick. Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Oh, that's hard.
That is hard. It's hard to choose between the two. They're such different cars, but yeah.
So I'm going to only say Lambo because I saw somewhere that, like, Ferrari gets, like, pissed at their owners if they try to do shit to their cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they banned Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because he put, like, what?
He did a wide body on the car and did some other things to it, and they weren't feeling it, so they banned him. I mean, he'll never be able to buy from a Ferrari.
From a dealer.
But you can always buy
aftermarket,
from.
Yeah. No.
So Lambo, cool. Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I've lived here for 2 years, but I'm from the East and I'm from the South. Chick-fil-A is like
God dang it, that's the second
staple.
time.
It's a staple.
I'm not liking this no more. I'm not gonna ask that question because In-N-Out should win every time. It's okay.
Don't get me wrong. When I first came out here, I was like, I tried the fries plain, and I was like, bro, this is trash.
Yeah.
But then I had I had the animal style fries, and I was like, this slaps. You got to get everything animal style, or it's like.
Well, honestly, bro, my order, I get. Well, it's not just me; it's my girl too. So I'm not just throwing myself under the bus. But we get 2 burgers, and we get 5 fries.
Oh my god!
We love the fries. I know.
God damn.
I know. We get 5 fries, and we knock them.
Bro, I can barely eat one. I don't even like their fries.
I'm like a 2-burger, 1 fry guy.
Yeah, I don't eat no burger.
I love the fries. I love the burgers,
I have a grilled
too.
cheese with
you
extra lettuce.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. Fuck
extra
that.
lettuce, extra tomatoes.
Protein style.
See, with Chick-fil-A, the things are like, bro, the nuggets are like this big.
Those are bomb, bro. When I used
They're
to
like
eat
this
meat,
big, though.
Bro, when I used to eat meat, Chick-fil-A little nuggets, god damn, bro.
Oh, the spicy sandwich.
Sauces,
the spicy sandwich is goated.
That shit goes. That shit
Throw
goes.
some Chick-fil-A sauce on that.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
That shit goes.
Nah,
that shit goes.
sure.
If you were so if you were to pick your favorite NFL team that's not the Chargers, what team would that be?
I'm from Georgia, so I'd have to say the Falcons.
Okay. Michael Vick. I remember Michael Vick when he played.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were to travel to one place right now with your boo, where would that be?
I don't know. I've been seeing she's been watching like Real Housewives of Dubai or some shit.
Oh shit, they got a Dubai one?
It looks wild.
No, I could imagine.
I didn't even know.
One of my teammates went to Dubai last off season. Looked crazy.
Yeah. Dude, we want to be in Dubai. Like that's one of
that's
our
tough.
Yeah. We just got to come in with like a community.
Yeah.
To hit that shit.
We have some connects overseas. Don't worry, bro.
Come
on, where we from?
Overseas connects.
Where we from, bro?
My
cousin flies for the Emirates Airlines.
That's dope. I'm trying to think. Any other questions you got for him? On the quick. I gotta be.
Can't think,
you gotta
bro.
be the
I
quick.
need to go get some sleep.
Favorite watch brand.
Rolex.
Okay, with the Rolly. Well, man, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it, and we got to go to your games, bro.
Yeah, I got.
So,
hit me
I'm
up.
not really much of
tickets.
an NFL fan. I love football.
Have you guys been to SoFi?
My girl.
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
You haven't been?
I heard it's
Crazy. It's
I-
ridiculous.
So I'm thinking,
girl loves
I'm thinking,
football.
I might, I'm gonna start supporting the Chargers because my boy's in it. I could
yeah.
say that now. Oh, why do you support them? My boy's in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my boy in it. I'm gonna go watch him.
We gotta get his jerseys
I
and
know.
shit too.
Oh, we should. That'd be
We'll
dope
get
as
it.
fuck.
We'll get it all planned out.
All right,
Don't
let's
worry.
do that.
For sure.
And then we gotta go to Top Golf too.
Oh yeah. I'm down to golf for sure.
I gotta see your swing though. I'm waiting to see the video.
I gotta find it. I'll find it and I'll send it to you for sure. I promise.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Exotics podcast, and make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share the video. All right, we out.
We got the videos. I found them. We out.
We out.
Thank you.